Hi everyone, welcome back to my USA haul. Tonight I'm having a look at some of the Christmas candles from Bath and Body Works. These are the 2021 collection from the USA store. Unfortunately, our Australian store at the moment only has 2020 designs. So I've taken the opportunity to make this video for anybody who might be looking into importing their own candles from the US or purchasing on eBay. As you might know, I also have my own eBay store. Some of these candles will end up there. That is USA Brands Direct, and I'll leave the link in the comments. Let's get straight into it looking at some of these lovely candles. These are all from the Perfect Christmas Messaging collection, which launched in the US on the 14th of October. And if I have a quick look at these, I can see straight off the bat they've got these beautiful designs with a little slogan under the bottom. I believe they're all supposed to have decorative lids. Obviously, Cookies with Santa over here has missed out on that. I believe that's probably more due to COVID than what it's actually supposed to be. There have been real issues with Bath and Body Works sourcing lids. It's gotten to the point at some stages throughout the year where unfortunately candles have showed up without lids. So I'm thankful to even just have a lid on that one. But I think it's clear from all the promotional materials released by Bath & Body Works that that's not intentional. I believe it's supposed to have the matching lid to the other two that I've got there. And if I have a quick look at those, you can see why I'm disappointed with not having that lid. It's a beautiful design. It's got the lovely little reindeers and the Christmas trees running around there. It's a beautiful gold colour. The only thing that can be slightly annoying those lids is that sometimes they don't stack quite flush on each other. But if you're like me and burn your candles pretty quickly, that won't be much of a problem. I'll dive straight into the scents now. So I've got 3 candles here. There are actually 5 in the collection. 'Tis the Season and the Perfect Christmas aren't in front of me, and the reason for that is that when they dropped on the US Bath & Body Works site, they dropped in staged sort of releases. Again, I think that's a COVID issue. It's not the norm for Bath & Body Works. Usually a collection would drop in full at the time, but it is what it is. So I've got these 3 to start, and then I'll do another video when the others arrive. The others, interestingly enough, are scents from previous years, whereas these are new for this year. So the first one I'll have a look at is called Under the Christmas Tree, and it's a lovely green design, a bit of holographics on the front, but not too flashy. And if I flip that over, I'll just have a look at the notes there. So we've got fir balsam, juniper berries, vanilla eggnog, and sage leaves. So if you just take a moment to take all that in, yes, you did hear me correctly. That was 4 different notes within the one candle. And I must say that when I read that, I was sort of hit by confusion. That's a lot to be in one. And they're all pretty distinct smells and pretty strong competing smells. So if I have a smell, definitely what you get is the fir balsam. There's no mistaking that obviously the intention for this candle is that it smells like a Christmas tree. I'm having a look at that and I'm wondering where on earth the vanilla eggnog is, because it's simply not there. There is not the sweetness that would usually come with a note like that. The juniper berries might be hiding underneath. As far as candles go, this has got a reasonably strong throw cold, and I'm sure it gets stronger when lit. So potentially that's where the berries will come through, but I don't smell them a lot as is. I do definitely smell that sage. So the sage and the fir balsam are definitely the notes that come through. It's a little bit confusing to me. And I think that potentially there are some nicer smelling candles with similar notes in the range. I'm not sure what they've tried to achieve with that one. Perhaps making a candle with the sweet note in as well to make it appeal to more people. But regardless, I really think they've missed the mark. So moving on from that one, I'm going to go straight to Cookies with Santa. Now that sounds pretty exciting right off the bat. Most people love a good bakery scent candle, and if I have a look, it's just striking. I'm disappointed by the lid, but I tell you, that gold over the dark grey is just beautiful. And in the right light, it shimmers, so I could really see, there's no need to put that in a candle holder. That could be up on a pedestal in your display and it would look fabulous. I'll have a look just at the notes here. And it's a pretty stock standard sort of bakery scent. We've got fresh cinnamon, brown sugar, and a drop of vanilla. I love a vanilla candle. I cannot, there is no denying, if something has a strong vanilla note, I will love it. This is pretty sweet. That brown sugar is definitely there. The throw is pretty good cold. And I'm going to light one of these tonight. I'm sure it's going to be pretty strong. The cinnamon, I must say, is definitely not as strong as some of the other scents. North Americans seem to really love putting the cinnamon in everything, and it features in a lot of candles. But this is not one that I would describe as having a spicy note. It's definitely more smooth. The vanilla note is the strongest that comes through, and it's just sort of cut with the sweetness of the brown sugar. So that's a really nice, I would actually call that sort of your basic bakery scent. There's not a lot to it, not a lot of complexity. It's just simple and sweet and delicious. If you lit that in your kitchen, you'd fool people into thinking that you'd been baking cookies. My last one over here is Bright Christmas Morning. Now, this is one I find quite exciting because this is the fruity of the three that I've got here. So Bright Christmas Morning, we've got that white jar wrap, and it's with the gold holographic. Now that's not quite as good contrast as some of the others. I don't look at it and think, wow. You kind of have to go a little bit closer for the detail. And then if I flip that over there, we've got ripe red berries, blood orange, and crisp apple. Now, if you've been following some of the scents, what you will note is that that's pretty similar to some of the Halloween scents. So your vampire blood, your ghoul friend. I'm personally a very big fan of ghoul friend. Not such a big fan of vampire blood, but people do love it. It's those same sort of fruity notes with the citrus. So I'll give it a bit of a smell. Yep. You could have me fooled into thinking that was a Halloween scent, just because they are traditionally a little bit more fruity, whereas the Christmas tend to be a little bit more spiced. So hands down, that ripe red berries is coming through very strongly. This is a strong throw candle, and that blood orange is right there next to it. That crisp apple, I think potentially is in there just for a little bit more tartness, something a little bit more subtle at the end, but I don't smell it straight away. Yeah, no, I definitely don't. It's definitely that those berries and then that blood orange follows. I might update you on this one tomorrow because I suspect it's going to be the first one that I'm going to light in the morning. It says Bright Christmas Morning, so I'll have to give it a go and see whether or not that throws. It's quite strong cold, and the potential is then that if you put it in too small of a space, it could be quite overpowering for some. So there's the three that I've got of that range for tonight. So that Christmas messaging, like I said before, did have two others in with it. We had 'Tis the Season and The Perfect Christmas. Both of those are actually repeat scents. They've been around in previous years, but I will update and provide a video on them when they arrive. I do actually have a stack of other candles sat here, so over the next day or so, I'll be uploading those as well. Hopefully it'll just help with that decision making for you all. Thanks for taking the time. Hit me up with some feedback in the comments. I am very new to this. Thanks for listening, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Thanks so much. Good night.